Warden Noah Nagy and Assistant Deputy Warden Janet Trioni. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate having us.
Yeah, great to have you here. Janet Trioni is making your TV debut today. Great to have you here, Janet.
Thank you.
Noah, we've got a couple things going on. Right now, there's a hiring event out at 4000 Cooper.
Yep.
And then you got another one.
Yeah, we got a couple coming up. We got one, as you said, we got one going on now. One September 9th, and then one the following week. I think the 17th. I'm drawing a blank on the date.
17th is correct. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we got a couple coming up. We're recruiting for the Jackson area. We've talked about we got 4 facilities in the Jackson area. We're certainly recruiting our next academy. I believe starts October 13th. We got an academy going on right now where we've got folks graduating on September 12th, so a week from tomorrow. They'll be graduating and getting to the facilities here in the Jackson area and all around the state. But so excited. We've had a great run here of getting folks in and getting them on board, and look forward to continuing that push.
Well, we have a lot of MDOC team members watching JTV, which we appreciate very much. But you'll see these folks all throughout the community. They're very involved, and maybe they're coaching your little kids' basketball team or serving at your church, but you see a lot of MDOC participation in the community.
Yeah, our folks are active in the community. They do a great job. As you know, my sister's over at the Ware Shelter now. She had a fundraising event a couple weeks ago, the Pickleball for a Purpose, and we got a couple of the folks out there playing, and then one of our health unit managers from Cooper Street Correctional Facility is on the executive board for the Ware Shelter. So folks are involved in the community on all kinds of levels and do a great job, and it's just a great group of people to be a part of.
Great. Janet, how long have you been with MDOC?
I've been with the department since 2015, so 10 years now.
Ever since you came to Michigan?
Yeah, since I moved to Mitten.
So we found out before the show that Janet is from back east, as they say, New York City.
Yes, Manhattan.
And how did you end up coming to Michigan and getting a job with MDOC?
Well, my husband started working for the department in 2014. And he said, Janet, you should come work for the department. And I was like, But I got a degree in criminal justice. I was like, maybe it can work. And then he came down, worked for the MDOC, and a year later I started. So.
Nice. And it's growing on you, isn't it?
I love my job.
Yeah. And you've worked your way up. What does an assistant deputy warden do?
It depends. So I'm an assistant deputy warden of custody. So I'm in charge of all the custody, so any custody issues, anything like that. So moves, criticals, anything that happens inside the facility. Then we oversee it, reports, the sergeants, the officers. So
you went and got a degree in criminal justice.
Yes.
What were you thinking?
Initially, I was going to school to become a lawyer, but then life happened, and I stopped at my bachelor's.
So you're in the justice system.
Yes, some closer to it. Yes, that's what I want.
What do you like about having Janet on your team?
Well, I had the good fortune of working with Janet when I was warden down at Lakeland Correctional Facility. At that time, I believe Janet was a sergeant and lieutenant. And then, we saw a lot of potential in her energy. She's very smart, understands what we're doing, relates well with people. We've talked about this. Our job is everything we do involves people on some level. Every decision we make, everything we do throughout the day involves people. And Janet communicates relates well with people. You can see she's got personality that brings people to her. So to be able to rally a team and get folks to work towards a common goal, Janet just does a great job. And she did that down in Lakeland when we were down there together. And it's great having her here in Jackson with us. And she's just done a great job. She's been able to step in. She hasn't been here very long. I think March, April, May, somewhere in that time period. And but it's just related very quickly to everybody and settled in and done a very nice job. And certainly been fortunate to have her be a part of our team.
And I like how you call this job a people job. You're in the people business, and you might hear someone say, "Well, we're a retail company. It's all about people and relationships, but it's pretty much the same thing with you.
It's a communication. You have to have great communication skills. No matter where you're at in life, you have to be able to communicate with people. So people think you go to prison and you just don't speak to. No, we have to communicate every day. For someone to follow you, you have to communicate. That's with the prisoners, that's with your staff. You have to be a good communicator.
Corrections is a great job for both women and men.
Yes.
And it's become, I think the team has become, has had a lot more females join in recent years.
Yes.
And you obviously like to see that.
Yes, I do.
What are we looking for now? You've got all these areas that you have to staff. What are the needs right now?
Well, you know, we've been talking about for several years now. Corrections officer obviously continues to be a huge need here in this Jackson area. Well, we've certainly made some ground, you know, and there are certain pockets of the state that are doing really well. We, you know, certainly heavily recruiting for corrections officers. But you know, again, we've talked about you get into the position, and the opportunities are endless. We've brought in different positions that have worked in our department here over the last couple of years, and highlight, you know, Janet, you know, started as a corrections officer, and then sergeant lieutenant, administrative assistant, assistant deputy warden. You know, you just kind of work your way where you feel comfortable, or you stay at a corrections officer and do that. You know, whatever you're comfortable with. But there's opportunities. Whether you come in and stay as a corrections officer, you look for other opportunities. But you know, we've got housing positions and healthcare positions, mental health that are, you know, always one of the things that we're looking for. But you know, our primary need continues to be corrections officers, and you know, we're certainly pushing that, and we're running academies once a quarter, and you know, continue to do that and get folks in the door.
Everyone I know that's in leadership at MDOC, they started from the ground up. It's totally possible
Yes.
to advance from within.
Yes.
Did you think you were going to be a manager?
When I first started, I knew I was going to promote. I knew I was not going to stay an officer because that was my dream. So I wanted to promote. When I started, it's a good understanding when you become an officer. You know how things work from the bottom to the top. So I can come into a place and I can come in off the street and I can say, oh, I want to do this, but I don't understand the inner workings of the facility. Mm-hmm. But as an officer, I understand mandates. I understand everything that comes with that. So I'm relatable, and I can have a conversation with someone like, I can totally understand how you feel. And they understand that, they will understand that I'm not spinning them or telling them something that's not true because I've been there.
For you, what's the satisfaction and the reward that you get? Like at the end of the shift, you're home and you reflect back on what are the things that you're proud of that happened?
I'm proud of my staff, the people I work with every day, because everyone comes to work with a different outlook. That I can reach out to someone and they can understand, like, hey, I can move up and be like Janet one day. I don't have to stay in this position forever. Or even that we go home safe every day, that we have each other's backs, that we show up for each other every day, no matter if we don't want to. If we're having a bad day, we're there for each other. And it's like you get a family outside of your family every time you come into the facility. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to make sure Noah goes home safe. I'm going to make sure anybody I work with is going to be safe around me. And it's a safe space every time I come to work.
I think the community found out how tightly knit the team is when people were renting a house together during the pandemic, so that they kept their families safe.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was, we talked about that. It was a tough time, and folks had to, especially at the beginning, because we didn't know what we were dealing with the COVID and what the impact would be, and folks had to, had a responsibility to get to work and had a responsibility to take care of their families, so that, make that difficult choice of moving out and protecting them.
This academy, is there any cost? What's involved in going through that?
No, I mean, the nice thing about our academy is once you get hired and you start, you're starting to get paid. So let's say, for example, our academy started on October 13th. Once you go through that hiring process, once you start on October 13th or 14th, whatever that Monday is, now you're working for the Michigan Department of Corrections. There's no cost for the academy. You're getting paid your salary, and you're starting to make that living. Your benefits go into effect. All that stuff goes into effect
right away,
right from the get-go.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so it's a nice deal. I mean, you get top quality training. Depending on your distance, we have a place to stay right at the academy for folks that have a significant amount of drive. You know, it's Monday through Friday, 7 to 3:30. While you're at the academy, it's an 8-week training academy, and then they come and do 8 weeks on-the-job training after that. So again, we got folks graduating next week, so we look forward to seeing them get to the facility.
Nice. Janet, coming from New York, specifically Harlem, have you found in Michigan anything that resembles New York pizza?
Nowhere close. There's nothing that resembles New York pizza. No Little Caesars, nothing. No. If you find it, let me know.
I will. All right, here's the details on the hiring events coming up. One going on right now, but that goes till late this afternoon. But you can prepare for next week's, and that is happening on the 17th. Actually,
we got one on the 9th and then one on the 17th.
Okay, we've got two more.
Yeah.
Yeah, two more, 9th and the 17th. So all you have to do is scan that, and people can do their physical test.
Application, interview, PT test, all that on that day, and get through the process and hopefully get you into that academy on October 13th.
Cool. Good to see you both. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You bet. Warden at Parnell Correctional Facility, Noah Nagy, and Assistant Deputy Warden Janet Traore. Up next on